So after way too long, I'm back at Red Rock Canyon, near the Calico Basin. Yeah, I don't think I've been up here all summer. So it's earlier this year or even last year, I think the last time I was out to this location. So I came out this morning. My main goal this morning was to get the sunrise, to beat the sun coming up, and to be here by the time it did. And I had two cameras set up. Unfortunately, one of the cameras was the iPhone set for time lapse, and I thought I had my exposure locked, but I didn't. So the entire time lapse didn't come out. Maybe I got a little bit, enough to use maybe for this video or something else. And the second camera was one of my DSLRs, the full frame with a wide angle. Pretty much had no clouds for the sunrise, so there was not a lot to catch the light in the sky. But I was pointing out the sun over the Vegas Valley. Well, actually, just a little bit to the right of the Vegas Valley from my angle, and got a few cool silhouette-looking things. We'll see if any of those come out. We should have one or two. So that's done. And right now, I'm just kind of walking around, checking out any other cool little scenery. Like I said, it's a no cloud day, so. Wide landscapes are a little challenging unless I have a lot of cool foreground stuff to frame in the shot. So we'll see if I get any of those. But I have a cool zoom lens on the crop sensor, so usually that means I'm gonna try to get some animals or cool zoom shots, telephoto shots of some random things. So that'll be priority. The other interesting thing is that along with everything else, I have a film camera in the bag loaded with 25 speed film. So in theory, anything I get with that should be super detailed and with really fine grain and whatnot. So I think I'm going to purposely shoot through that roll and maybe even load a backup roll I have in the bag and see how that goes, and then maybe develop them both at the same time. So yeah, hopefully you got a couple sunrise shots. Hopefully a couple little animals, even if they're the rabbits. Those are pretty much guaranteed when I go back down to the little grassy area. There's a ton of rabbits down there, but every once in a while you go in this little, it's not even a pond, but it's a little wet area. There's frogs and a whole bunch of cool insects. So maybe a couple shots of those will be cool with that zoom lens. And then some shots with the 25 speed. With that, I could even get some cool. At that speed, I could even get a couple cool, slightly longer exposures of the trees or bushes blowing a little bit, since it is kind of windy today. So there could be some cool experimental stuff there I might do. Beyond that, I won't be out here too much longer because with no clouds, giving the sun a little bit longer, it's going to start warming up pretty good. So I think that's it for now. I'll follow up in a little bit. Talk to you soon. So I just finished up. I guess this is about the amount of time I planned on being out here. It kind of felt like I ended sooner than I planned to, but I think it's just because I walked around for a while without taking any pictures. but it got really crowded really fast out here. Probably the most crowded I've seen it in a while, because where I park and when I do this shoot, this is like this is an easy hike. It's really close to an actual parking lot and a little park, so this is a big tourist place. But it's a perfect spot for an easy hike, because you can have a nice parking spot, but yet get a really good hike in up on the on the rocks and whatnot. So I did a little bit of that, and then I came back down and got a few animals, not a whole bunch. Actually, the ironic thing, or the funny thing about today overall, is that my best shots, I think, are close-up shots of greenery, vegetation, and stuff like that, which I didn't plan on. And actually, I mean, I've been out here numerous times, and for whatever reason, never got these specific angles before. Part of it is the time of year. I don't know if I've been up here in October yet. So there's certain things that are green, and also the way the sun hits at this certain specific time was perfect for those shots. Other than that, I mean, I'm not sure what I got. We'll have to go home and see. It's always hard for me to judge, what's going to look cool until I get home. And even then, maybe weeks to months later, where I go back and look at some things and say, wow, that could be kind of cool if I edit it this way, or just if I just look at it with fresh eyes. So I'm sure that will happen in this case. I only shot one of those rolls of film with the 25 speed, but we'll see. Hopefully there's a couple of shots there. Part of it's just kind of a test to see how they come out in my development process, because I just do I do stand development, which I'm sure you guys have seen if you guys have looked it up online. A lot of people on YouTube do it. It's a pretty simple development process. So that's it for now. I'm going to be doing more random videos. I keep saying that, but this time is for real. And also doing a podcast. So kind of keep an eye on this channel. Email me if you guys are curious about anything else. And talk to you soon. Bye.